Are you ready? Okay, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. I know it's been a while. We haven't shot this video for a long time. I know that, but I have so much calories to burn, like especially right after a long vacation. I'm pretty sure everybody actually had a wonderful Chuseok with their families and loving one. And it's time to get back to work, yeah? So I brought the signature 10K English vocab exercise, and I will show you the example, and I will show you how things gets done. And this is the only way, I will say, as a person who has teaching English for a decade, right? Yeah, I'm that old. And as an expert, and I will say this is the most effective and most efficient way to retain your English vocabs, because that is such a pain in the ass. Let's face it. I mean, how many hours and the energy and the efforts that you guys been putting in this study? This is insane. I mean, when you think of the amount of the money and then the time and the efforts that you have committed to it, we gotta get it right. So I'm giving you the most efficient way. I know it sounds like you're not really studying not many vocabs, but if you do this every day, that's gonna retain, then that's gonna stay in your brain, and whenever you use it, whenever you have to have a debate, when you have to write a really cool essay, and when you just have to read a whole bunch of even dissertation and the newspaper and the articles and a whole bunch of reading passage, this is gonna really come in really handy. Yeah, I promise you, I guarantee you. So today I'm bringing an A game, pun intended. Just usually when people say A game, that means best game possible. I'm just gonna bring you the best I could, right? But I'm literally bringing the oldest 3 words that start with alphabet A. So yeah, I'm bringing an A game, and I hope you just learn this method and try this by yourself. So we're gonna start with just the word on one page, and I'm gonna give you example, that verbal example that clearly shows the meaning, and you try to guess what that means, and I will show you the definition and a bunch of example sentences as well. So we're gonna make sure you understand the word and you know how to use the word, and then we're just gonna move on to the next words. All right, so let's start. Okay, like I told you, every word that I brought today start with A, and that first word is abundant. Like I told you before, when you just see something new, you gotta pronounce it correctly and accurately, and you're just gonna learn the pronunciation. And every English vocab has a 1 syllable stressed, meaning that every word actually has a different syllable. Syllable means the basic unit. Abundant, and you gotta stress the 1 syllable at a time, so that creates this kind of fluctuating intonation. So abundant, abundant, abundant. All right, it is adjective, and this is how we use it. Okay, so usually I see this beautiful just kind of small tree in my classroom, and obviously, like our common sense, in order to just have one plant or any kind of like flowers or trees or the plant, in order to survive, you need to have water and abundant amount of sunlight. And what else? Some kind of like fertile soil. That's what they need. And when they go through the photosynthesis, and they're gonna convert that energy into whatever they can use in order to thrive, right? So in order to survive in this the natural environment, the plants, we call the producers in the ecosystem. They need to have abundant amount of sunlight. Okay. So that is one example. So could anybody guess what would that mean? If you're not still so sure about this, I'll give you another one, all right? So again, for human beings too, we need to have abundant amount of oxygen and also water to maintain what we live, right? Without it, I can't imagine just life without water. So you can actually say this is essential, but I'm talking about the quantity. If you are not having abundant amount of water, then you're gonna have to save. You're gonna have to really just like plan your use in order not to just like spend it all, so that you are not really having enough. So abundant means what? Like enough, sufficient, and a lot, and lots of, yeah. So abundant means we have enough, yeah. We can say that I have abundant amount of money. Usually we don't actually say that. We say I have a bunch of money, I'm rich. But usually you can see this word in the biology. Like you can see, oh, where I this is not what I want. Okay, cut it. All right, so abundant, that means 풍부한, 많은. The forest was abundant with the tall trees and colorful flowers. Because let's say you go to Thailand or Vietnam, where we call it rainforest biome, and you can see a lot of trees and plants because they have abundant amount of sunlight and water. So this is just perfect condition for any plants to grow, right? So you can see this forest is abundant with a whole bunch of trees and the flowers. And thanks to the heavy rain, the farmers had abundant harvest this year. What does it say? You know, like how the farming works. They gotta have a lot of help actually. There are a lot of factors that contributing the rich harvest. And not only the efforts from the farmers, they need to have abundant amount of water, precipitation, and the sunlight, and maybe just not having a damage from the natural disaster. And yeah, those are the factors to contribute this just perfect harvest. So that's how we could celebrate Chuseok. What the Chuseok is about, it's just like thanks to the rich and abundant kind of like harvest every year in the fall season, and we just gather with our loving one and families, and we had a bunch of food and meal, and that contribute our the big heavy arms. All right, the ocean is abundant in life, from tiny fish to giant whales. Okay, so we're talking about another setup of ecosystem. I just use a lot of words and terminology from the science, but I mean, we use it in a daily conversation as well. So it's not only the just kind of TOEFL or SAT words, and if we know this kind of word, and you could also just replace with any synonym in your writing, so it's gonna be very, very helpful. So do you guys get the idea how we could use the word and you know the meaning of the abundant for sure? I hope so. All right, let's move on. All right, the next one is accumulate. Accumulate. So the stress is right here. Accumulate. Accumulate. It's not accumulate. It's accumulate. Okay. So this is the verb, the part of speech. Recognizing the part of speech is very important if you really want to use it in a grammatically correct. Because think about it, like how we could really just form the sentence without knowing the grammar. So right after this video, I will probably gonna make another video about how important the grammar is, because sometimes I am really kind of shocked by these people are saying oh, I want to learn how to speak English and I want to really travel around the world and I want to be really good at speaking English. And then Kwan, can you help me? And I said, yeah, you got to learn grammar. And then they're like, what? I don't want to learn grammars again because I have like studied in the school for a long time and I don't think the grammar is the one that I need. I need to just learn how to speak. Actually, how are you going to learn how to speak good English without learning the grammar? That doesn't make sense. So you gotta really just learn the structure, the frame. And then what you need is just the word, like you know the structure. So what you need is just the English vocab, something like this. So you know where to put it. And that's how we make a sentence, okay? So this is the verb, and yeah, we could see this in a whole bunch of different passages. All right, so this is how we use it. I have been accumulating my experience over the years as an English teacher or a movie director. That means I have had a lot of different experiences and I have been saving it. And that's how we can use it. So after accumulating a lot of experiences, I can say that, oh, I know how that works because I have experienced it before. So I will say I am now comfortable or familiar with the situation compared to those people who had never experienced this situation before. Does it make sense? So accumulating, that's how I use it. And those of you still have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm just gonna give you another example. All right, everyone loves money, and let's talk about money. When I read this news article, any kind of successful person who has accumulating their fortune, their money, over a decade, and now there are millionaires, even the billionaires. How were they able to do that? And they sometimes write a book about it. They just come out on the YouTube channel. They talk about it. Yeah, good for them because they have now a lot of money because they have accumulated a lot of fortune and the properties or the real estate and the stocks and the money. So that means they have a lot. So you can use the word that we study, abundant. They have abundant amount of money now because they have accumulated over the years. Does it make sense? So we're talking about the process. So accumulating means it's like you're stacking and you're saving it. You just have it a lot. So these are the example that I brought. Over the years, she accumulated a large collection of rare books. Okay, that's gonna be another good example. And these days, not a lot of people just read a book. This person, aficionado of the rare books, she has been accumulating a lot of different kind of books, the first edition of the Harry Potter, something like that. And now she has a collection because she has been accumulating, right? Okay, so everyone's clear? Let's move on to the next one here. Then the last A game word, accurate. This is an adjective, and this is gonna be probably the adjective that you're gonna hear a lot in the classroom as well, because everyone wants to bring you the accurate information, an accurate number, an accurate measurement. Without those, our calculation is not gonna be accurate. That means our calculation is not gonna be correct. So the accurate means correct and precise. All right, so I already give you the meaning of it. Now, let me just give you another example that shows the meaning, all right? So I'm a little concerned this day about this people being misled by this wrong information. Now we're living in this environment where we could access to any good even confidential information if you want to, but like we're given a lot of different kind of news and knowledge and information. But thing is, sometimes those are not really just accurate. So we might have just have a chance to get wrong information, there's false information, then that leads to what situation that we just make a wrong decision. That's what they worried, and that's what I'm concerned too, because that's going to be big threat for our democracy. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about politics, but that is very important, and I think that's going to be very, very huge discussion that we all have to go through, because just looking at what's happening in this world right now, I don't feel like we're living in 2025. Okay, so having accurate information and accurate knowledge is the key this day, and I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so accurate. The sentence, the example will be the scientist made an accurate measurement of the temperature. Okay, that's good. So this can be precisely 37% of like humanity, or even the 25 Celsius degree, something like that. So her answer was so accurate that even the teacher was surprised. Okay, that's good. So one of my class, the students, she gave me the very accurate answer, then I'm gonna say, oh, that's great, that's an excellent answer, because your answer was so accurate. Okay, so that's all three today, and I hope I can just keep doing this, but I cannot really guarantee. I really want to do this. It's just, you know, like setting up the camera and just having this kind of talk. Once you get started, right, it's easy, but you know, just keep doing this constantly and on the daily basis. It just needs a lot of kind of really strong will, I feel like. Okay, so I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon, and just enjoy your study, and see you later. Bye.